Reviewing this stunning 2012 Aston Martin DBS. This is a 5.9 litre carbon edition, which is an extremely rare iteration of the DBS. Not to mention the DBSs are quite rare, obviously. A little bit of insight to the DBS: it's produced from 2008 to 2012, and yeah, this was obviously a last model year. It was a limited edition final run for the DBS, inclusive of the Ultimate, which was the absolute pinnacle carbon edition. In my opinion, is nicer, all the carbon bits. But yeah, this is a 62 plate 2012 model. It's got 17,000 miles and 4 owners, which is relatively low for the age, and it's got quite good service history of a mix of Aston and Specialist, and the condition's actually quite good. This one's finished in AML Special Carbon Black Metallic, which was a 7-layer paint, and yeah, it had a glass-like veneer or clear coat on it, which made it absolutely stunning. All the carbon editions came with this, and it would have been a £3,500 option on a regular DBS. The DBS comes standard with carbon fibre front splitter as well, carbon fibre mirror stalks over here, but the carbon edition also adds some features. You've got a carbon rear diffuser as well, but like I said, the carbon edition adds to that by giving you actual carbon fibre veneered mirror caps. You've also got the 20-inch diamond cut 10-spoke alloys in silver and black diamond turning, only on the carbon editions. I think a regular car could also have this, but quite a few cars had this. You've also got the gold or sort of bronze coloured brake calipers, which were an option. I think the carbon editions could have a choice between black, Obsidian Black, or the gold and another colour, which is quite nice. You've got 398mm front and 360mm rear carbon ceramic discs with its pads as well. These are absolutely huge discs, 6-piston front and 4-piston rear calipers. The DBS was the first ever Aston Martin to introduce carbon ceramic matrix technology, and yeah, obviously for DBS there's a number of different editions involved. There was the Carbon Black, the Carbon Edition, the Dragon 88, which was the only 88 cars produced for Chinese markets, the UB 2010, which marked Ulrich Bez's 10th year anniversary at Aston Martin as CEO, and the Ultimate. This Carbon Edition, like I said, there was only 84 made. It was quite rare. It was the second rarest special edition off the DBS from 2008 to 2012, and like I said, it does add more features than the Carbon Black car, which only just came in Carbon Black really. You've got lovely P0s as well, which are about 2 years old, but they've barely done any miles. They're almost brand new with about 7 or 8 mil. The Carbon Edition also comes with carbon fibre rear lamp infills as well, which is gorgeous. And like I said, the DBSs come standard with a carbon fibre rear diffuser, and yeah, very nice. You've got Zircotec plated matte black exhaust tailpipes on the DBS, and yeah, just absolutely stunning. This is a hallmark feature, and you've got valved sports exhaust standard on the DBSs. I think the DB9s you had to pay for that. You've got the DBS logo on the back here with the S instead of the 9. And yeah, it is just absolutely stunning. The DBS features 40 extra horsepower compared to the DB9. And yeah, obviously the carbon editions, you've got chrome all around, very classy. You've got 2 umbrellas in the boot as well, and here lies a fuse box, where if you take out fuse 22 like I have, you'll have the exhaust valves fully open at all times, or at most RPMs, and it does sound very loud, and it definitely enhances the character of the car. In my opinion, the fuse should be taken out, because without it, the exhaust is very muted at most RPMs. You've got front and rear parking sensors as well on the DBS, and yeah, just overall it is absolutely gorgeous. The DBS is made out of a full carbon fibre and aluminium vertical horizontal composition body structure to make it quite light. It is light yet sporty yet comfortable, so Power Beauty Soul is Aston Martin's motto. You've also got bi-xenon HID headlamps at the front as well, HID HID, which is high intensity discharge, and gloss black front grille, and you've got these Magnum bonnet vent message, or are they black? Yeah, very nice, and chrome side vents here. Let's just move on onto interior. Moving on to interior here, the DBS came standard with semi-aniline leather standard, which is a very high grade Range Rover-like or Rolls-Royce-like leather upholstery, which is gorgeous. This one's finished in Kestrel tan contrast stitching over Obsidian Black leather. You've got the DBS embossing on the rear here as well, on the rear of the seat, and you've got the carbon sill plaque, which gives you a carbon laser etched forged plaque here, which is lovely, with some leather cladding and a matte black accents here. So yeah, getting inside, you've got 12-way electrically adjustable front seats with 8-way electric and 4-way lumbar. There's a few seat controls down here, including the 2 rocker switches for lumbar and a high or low heated seat setting, which yeah, a lot of people might not know about, but yeah, absolutely stunning. Obviously on the inside here, all the cars at this time came with a stunning crystal sapphire ECU, which is Aston Martin's key. It stands for Emotional Control Unit, which basically yeah, is just a more engaged experience of the car. And yeah, it's got obviously gloss black and chrome edging on the outside there, with the crystal sapphire glass up here, with a laser etched Aston logo on the Obsidian Black plating on the key. You've also got some different key functions such as light, unlock, lock, and the boot. And yeah, to start it up, you just put the key in here, just slot it there for ignition. And yeah, obviously all DBS models came standard with the Bang & Olufsen and BO Sound surround sound system. This is a 1000 watt 13 speaker surround sound system with 2 dashboard mounted acoustic lenses, which is absolutely insane. When you turn the radio on, the lenses actually rise out of the dashboard, and it shows Bang & Olufsen on the radio. It's absolutely sick. It's my all-time favourite party trick off these cars, as well as the key. But yeah, just turning off the radio obviously retracts these lenses. And yeah, you've obviously got these matte black painted sort of satin graphite looking cones on the dashboard there, and on here as part of a carbon black car. You've got carbon fibre door pulls here, standard on all DBSs, but the carbon edition adds to that by giving you this carbon satin carbon carbon interior trim here, which you can't actually get on a normal car. You have to get a carbon edition or carbon black variant of the car, but yeah, I don't think carbon blacks came with this. You've got an Alcantara and leather wrapped steering wheel with cruise control settings and Bluetooth. You've got metal column mounted paddle shift here, and Alcantara suede headlining on the outside, and the carbon editions come with this very special vertically stitched leather headlining, which absolutely looks so high quality and insane. I think the Vanquishes had this as well. Again, a little bit of insight to the DBS. The DBS was the first model to come out in terms of the DBS and Vanquish range, and then you had Vanquish, then you had the DBS again, which was this, then the Vanquish again, and now to this current day they're doing the DBS and the Vanquish alongside each other. And yeah, obviously this car is a later 2012 car, being the carbon edition, and it comes with a updated Garmin navigation sat-nav, which is a bit more responsive. It looks a bit nicer, and you can sort of change the image of this car, which is pretty fun. It's 3D maps and everything. I think the Volvo system was 2D. I don't even think it was 3D. You've got your speed, you've got a speed limit display on the navigation as well, a time, your elevation, and your compass, which is quite cool. And if you hold the nav button here, you can basically just retract the nav back into its normal place. You've got a radio here as well, with your Bang & Olufsen script here, Bluetooth and radio obviously, and you've got Aston Martin's iconic swan doors, which are actually sort of, the hinges are quite high quality. If you put them anywhere, the door, it actually stays in position. It's sort of got smooth finished door hinges and not clicking. You've got also metal pedals with rubber studs and a metal footrest or kick plate. You've also got an Aston Martin pen, which is quite funny, and yeah, you can put that back in. You've got traction control for sport mode, which tightens up the gearbox and the steering, and the suspension, which activates the adaptive stiffening damping, which obviously hardens the shocks. You've got clock in the middle, one zone climate control. You can also activate the lights from here by clicking these two buttons, and you've got the Touchtronic 2 gearbox, which all DBSs came with. This is slightly nicer than the Sport Shift, which had put in Vantages, which is a bit jerky. It was a robot manual. This is a ZF6 torque converter. It's a very smooth gearbox, and being 6-speed, it's quite nice. Most ZFs are 8 speeds, but the 6-speed offers a very sporty driving feel, obviously. But yeah, start up the car. You just put the key in ignition and hold it, and then you bring it to life. It sounds absolutely wonderful, just absolutely insane. It's an unreal car to drive. Obviously, a car was featured in 2 James Bond movies, Quantum of Solace and Casino Royale earlier. So the car actually debuted in Casino Royale in 2006. It was released for 2007 to the public, and they actually started production in 2008, where they're taking orders. So a bit of a strange timeline, obviously. And yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. You've got boot control, your lock mechanism, and 3 set memory for driver and passenger. You've got parking sensors, little ashtray here with a 12-volt socket, and yeah, little cubby here with another 12-volt socket, and there's even a hidden one in the boot as well. You've obviously got a USB Type 2 port and an old iPod connection port, which is quite interesting. The Carbon editions come standard with a 2+2 seating config, so you get 2 seats in the rear with your Bang & Olufsen speakers and rear lights as well, which is nice. And you've also got Bang & Olufsen sort of knee pad mounted speakers here, which is quite cool. So it sort of plays sound at your feet, which is a bit strange, to be honest. You've got Volvo style electric folding mirrors and window switch gear, and you'll notice the buttons. You'll notice the radio is off an old Volvo as well. Even the earlier Vantages had a key, the one you put inside and turn it. It's got a Ford obviously, yeah, a Ford metal pattern on it, and yeah, if you take off, peel off the leather on the Vantage keys, you've got Volvo underneath, which is quite funny. But yeah, carbon mirrors. It looks absolutely stunning with those orange, or yeah, sort of brake calipers. Brembo supplied these. Obviously, like I said, as first Aston Martin ever to use carbon ceramic brakes, and they do certainly pack a lot of power. So yeah, under the bonnet you have a 5.9 litre naturally aspirated V12 with 510 brake horsepower, and yeah, the top speed of this was around 190 miles per hour. I think it was even a little bit more than that, but yeah, the DB9s had 470 brake. The Virages, which came at the same time as DBS's nearly, had 490 brake horsepower, which is in the middle of the two, and then the DBS was a big daddy with a 510 brake horsepower engine. It's obviously a lot of power and a lot of responsiveness considering it's naturally aspirated. You've got aluminium metal cross braces there as well, and the adaptive damping wiring looms there, which go into the dampers, and yeah, just basically all stiffens the chassis. And like I said, the car's constructed off a bit of carbon fibre, which is quite nice as well. But nevertheless, this one was built by Paul Belifo, which is quite cool. I think he's bought a couple. I think I looked online, but yeah, not bought, but yeah, he made the engine off a couple hand-built engines. And yeah, Power Beauty Soul is basically the only way to describe this car. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll be doing the test drive now. That's sort of what the DBS was designed for. It was basically just an enhancement over the DB9. So it's not only a GT touring car, but it's also a very sporty car, having that 510 brake horsepower, which is about 40 horsepower bump over the DB9 and 20 horsepower bump over the 30 horsepower bump. 20 over the Virage. So yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Obviously the DBS was featured in not one but 2 James Bond films, Casino Royale in 2006 and Quantum of Solace in 2008. But yeah, this is obviously how it sounds. It sounds mean. It sounds unreal. It really does sound insane. It's probably the loudest and the best car I've ever driven. In my opinion, the Aston Martin V12, they put in these, the 5.9 specifically, is the best sounding V12 I've ever had, and in my opinion, I've think, to be honest, the Lamborghini and the Ferraris, they're a bit too high pitched. A lot of people have said that this V12 is a bit more for V8. It's a bit more grumbly, but it still has a very baritone distinctive sound. But yeah, it is absolutely unreal. That exhaust note, you know, at the start of the video, when you see me start it up, it is just unreal. There's nothing which can compare. But yeah, seriously, it is a gorgeous car, especially being the very rated carbon edition. Even better, it's sort of added on from a carbon black model. So yeah, not only is it standard DBS with all the carbon trim, it's also a carbon edition. So on top of the already standard DBS carbon trim, this has got absolutely loads of carbon. You've got matte weave veneered carbon here as well on the door pulls here, and you've got a half Alcantara steering wheel, which I think is quite quirky, having leather and Alcantara. You have a grip at the top, but sort of durability at the bottom there. But yeah, it sounds crazy. I mean, when you take out the fuse, it definitely sounds really good, but obviously when you have the RPMs like going up, the valves open to its absolute full extent, and you just let it rip basically. But yeah, it is absolutely insane. It's a gorgeous car. I think if it not being in James Bond doesn't you know, tell you enough, then you know, you'd sort of have to think that surely if they put in James Bond, it is a beautiful car. But yeah, I think in my opinion it's in my opinion it's the second best looking Aston Martin ever made. Obviously the DB5 will undoubtedly be the most beautiful Aston Martin ever made, but I think the DBS obviously is definitely up there. It's timeless design. I'm not the biggest fan of the newer ones. They don't sound as nice, especially with the GPF, and the interiors just don't look as cool. You don't have this glass ECU, you don't have Bang & Olufsen tweeters. Forgot to mention the DBS comes standard with VO sound, which is Bang & Olufsen's advanced 1000 watt surround sound system, which is absolutely insane. You've got these acoustic lenses which come out of the dash and go back in. But yeah, it is absolutely unreal. And yeah, you've got the navigation as well. The Garmin have these later DBSs, 2012 onwards, they had the Garmin nav unit, which looked nicer, slightly more responsive than the Volvo units. Obviously, Ford owned Aston Martin at the time, or just finished owning them. It really is insane. I absolutely love the exhaust. You know, I'm getting a bit too carried away with all the gizmos, but yeah, I think all you need to know is the exhaust of the car, really. I mean, pure sound is unparalleled. But yeah, aside from that, you've also got leather. You've got leather vertical stitched headlining and semi-aniline leather standard on the DBS. The DBS being the ultimate trim, it is, you know, it's got absolutely everything you'd ask for. But yeah. It's a stunning car. You've obviously got adaptive damping stand on the DBS. The DBS was the first Aston Martin ever to introduce carbon ceramic matrix discs as well, which was quite a significant feature. It does greatly reduce stopping distance, increases stopping power, and reduces brake fade, which obviously, yeah, it's just gorgeous. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the test drive, and I'll see you in the next one.